Welcome, everybody, to the Loud and Drunk podcast. This is Dan, your host, your guide, your producer. Call me whatever you like. Just don't call me between 4 and 5. That's Dan's time. Unless you're a hot blonde, then you can call me whenever you like. Joined again by the master of disaster, my tag team partner in the gruesome twosome, Moses.
I'm a paragon of virtue.
You're no. You are the master of disaster. You are half of the gruesome twosome, and actually, you're the gruesome part of the gruesome twosome.
That's true. Yeah.
Would you like an egg?
You know I do. You know I always want an
Gotta
egg.
get protein in these hot and trying times.
I had 6 eggs for breakfast this morning, so of course I want an egg.
That's what that is.
a fair amount of eggs.
Yeah.
All right. That's what that smell is. I couldn't pinpoint it.
A little
But,
sulfur in here.
Trying to cancel out your chaos, we got Justin. Justin, sir, how you doing?
Hey, I'm here. I'm back again, for better or for worse, and I'm so excited. We have a very, very professional, very efficient guest today, and I am so looking forward to having this conversation.
it's a self-proclaimed Huguenot.
Wow. All right. I am Papa Socks. Something funny about that.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're not going to
I'm
introduce
Papa
yourself?
Socks. Yeah. I'm Papa Socks. Yeah. I don't know. What do you want?
He
I'm a
needs
cat.
no introduction.
I am a cat. My ears can turn in multiple directions. My hearing is excellent, and I can see in the night sometimes. It can't be totally dark, but my night
I
vision is
have
excellent.
only noticed these changes about you in the past day.
I'm transitioning.
Do you bake biscuits?
I do make biscuits, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that you guys have like a shocking lack of biscuit making.
We don't have a whole lot of biscuits.
I'm trying to run a successful bakery here. And
And let's move it on.
Some of them cheddar biscuits.
And Justin,
Yes,
you
sir.
said we have a guest, and
We
we
do.
in fact do. We have Steve the bartender in a podcast that is done in a bar. We have our first bartender guest. So, Steve, would you care to introduce yourself?
I mean, the introduction was already done. But, I just feel like it's long overdue. I had to be here. So, I mean, I'm happy to be here. I had 2 corn dogs for breakfast at noon. And I think I'm ready to go.
yeah.
This is going to be a gas
I
chamber.
love that you're wearing your sunglasses just directly over your eyes.
I have a prominent Neanderthal brow. And it helps with holding them up.
I don't know that it looks good, but I do
Blocks
love
the
it.
shade of the third eye.
It's
Yeah,
effortless.
fair enough, yeah.
Check out those sultry. I smoked too many
Your
cigarettes
sunglasses, by the
last
way.
night.
Those are my sunglasses, absolutely. They are. They look better on you than they do on me, I'm not going to lie. I hate giving compliments, but here we
I'm
go.
not giving them back.
But before we get going, let's pay the rent.
Oh, do we have to do that this month?
Yeah, the bills are so high, and we don't have any money.
But what if I don't want to, Dan? I'm a cat. Why should I pay rent?
I threw the bills out. Sorry. They're just too expensive.
Are you the one doing that?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're behind.
Yeah.
Summer's here and the time is right for stopping by TrueJersey.com. From t-shirts, hats, and hoodies, True Jersey will show off your local pride like no other. And now, Loud and Drunk listeners can save 10% off their first order. Just go to TrueJersey.com and enter the code LOUD at the checkout to save 10%. Thank you to True Jersey for sponsoring the program. True Jersey, stay true.
What kind of cat stuff do they have?
They're a bunch of menches.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second.
Not a lot of cat stuff.
I've met them once or twice. They seem like decent folks. But yeah, mentions, maybe.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not cats.
Yeah, you know what? I'm out. You guys should buy that shit, but nah.
You're going to have to write the apology letter.
I'm wearing one of their
Whatever.
shirts right now.
I'm a cat. I can't write.
They can't see it, Moses.
Well, if they're looking, I don't know. The government's here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all around us.
Oh, surprise! Here, this is an audit.
It's just a low-key audit.
Well, to all law enforcement and federal agencies, I'd like to take this time to encourage you to subscribe to this podcast. We are on Apple, Google, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube and Rumble, but if you're on any Google, of course the government already knows about that. Be sure to smash that like button, leave us a comment, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channels. We want you to be a part of the conversation, so join us on social media. We are at Loud and Drunk on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Make sure you are helping us out by giving us a 5-star review on Apple and Facebook. If you like this podcast, then become a Loud and Drunk supporter. You can find us on Locals at loudanddrunk.locals.com and on Patreon at patreon.com/loudanddrunk. So, gentlemen, We got a bartender in the house.
We got a bartender.
Perfect opportunity to tell some bar stories.
One Harvey Wallbanger, please.
All right, so welcome to the Loud and Drunk podcast. Steve, the ever most handsome man I've ever seen.
That's true.
The best bartender I know in all the land.
Call him Hot Steve sometimes.
Wow.
Stop, you drink gin and tonic. Train a chimpanzee.
Yeah, baby.
Which I'm not much better than.
He's like cocktails and dreams.
Cocktails and dreams,
that's a
indeed.
throwback.
Wow, I'm blushing.
Flanagan's rule.
I forget what that rule was.
Something about drinking.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you so much for that.
So how you doing today, bud?
You know, if I said I was doing good, I'd be lying. I had a rough night last night.
Hey.
Power went out. It's about 104 degrees.
It is quite sticky, gross.
Yeah, so we had a thunderstorm. I'm getting back to it right now. I had a few soups on the way. I already mentioned the corn dogs. And, I mean, there's certain ways. Everybody has their way
Yes.
of getting back on track.
100%.
You know?
I do love.
Drink that shot,
chicken
boys and
soup,
girls.
that, like a hot cup of chicken noodle soup. Was your methodology for getting back to ground?
I'm sweating
after like a hot night of sweating. And
I can't wait till you break into the broccoli and cheese because that's the thirst quencher.
I spent $46 at Quick Check buying soup
insane. It's insane. I love
on the way
Not
here.
a sponsor.
On the way here. By the way, I can't believe you guys have a sponsor. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's certainly a thing.
Blackmail's a thing. I'm just kidding. This is a legitimate operation.
Yeah, we just love to debase ourselves regularly in the open internet, but you know,
Somebody's got to do it, you know?
I'm impressed.
hey, we'll
I
take
am.
it.
I'm a little nervous now.
Oh, are you? You got a couple of butterflies?
No, I just say
Have a little bit more of that Grand Marnier.
I'm sweating
That
profusely.
is. I was gonna say, like, I know that this is your drink of choice, but it is just on a day like today. It's a lot.
When you chase 2 chicken noodle soups with 3 shots of Grand Marnier at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I mean that's a way to get.
I remember
get the
drinking
fluids
this
out.
in your backyard, like a week or two ago, and like I had to make a drive like a little bit further south from there. I remember we were just like kind of putting them back. I was playing around. Like your daughter was like scared of spiders or something like that.
Are we talking about chicken noodle soups or grandma?
All of it.
think
all
both
of it.
A little bit of both.
And I remember I like stood up after all of that, you know, running around in like 100% humidity. It was just, fucking 98 degrees out that day. We're nursing grandma, which is half sugar and half like just fucking moonshine. And I stood up with like another 30 minutes of that journey left. And I was just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Because the world is spinning for me. It was delightful though. Very nice drive.
I'm known. I'm known at the bar for it. It could be February, it could be July. My shirt is dripping with sweat.
Yeah. You sweat a
And
lot.
I'm not going to get into the reasons because I don't know if any of the higher ups are listening, but
That's glandular.
my engine runs hot.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All those cylinders are turning, baby.
Premium unleaded.
I can't drive 55 quarterly.
Moses, we will kill you. We will kill
I
you.
can't, so maybe you can.
Shit is delicious though.
God damn it. You're right. All right, so yeah. How long you been bartending, bud?
So I mean, it hasn't been that long, and it shows. I started this in my mid to late 20s.
Okay.
I did a quick Wall Street venture.
You know what's funny? I
Wasn't for
know
me.
so many people that did a quick Wall Street venture.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
The next stop is Fridays, isn't it?
You know, talk about a resume fucking bell curve. You know what I mean? But you know what? I love this job. I really do. I get to hang out with assholes like you all day, and just the most ridiculous. Every day is a new day. You never know what kind of outrageous things are gonna happen.
Well, you got the personality for it, like straight up. You're good with people, man.
Yeah, but that's all, like-
with good people, like real salt of the earth, fuckhead, fucking
I just
assholes.
like talking to people. I have no idea what I'm doing back there. Any one of you, I mean, I know you. What's his name over there today? I don't know.
Who are you?
Papa Socks.
Papa Socks.
Papa Doc.
Socks.
It's the guy from 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
First of all, Papa
name's
Doc,
Clarence.
I think, was the
And Clarence
dictator
has
of
both
Haiti.
parents.
parents had a real good marriage.
Far off.
But I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I forget to ring in your food, all that stuff like that. I have no idea. But I just enjoy talking to people and hearing stories and meeting people.
Yeah,
You make a great key lime martini.
No better.
I'm not ashamed that I drank that.
When he makes it right.
Yeah, that's true.
I want a key lime
I
martini.
tried 3 times.
It was
You
brutal.
got the first 2.
I drank 3 of them.
That's because you're a psychopath. Anybody else would have thrown those away.
It doesn't sound like a good mix, but I want to try it.
Awful.
So good.
I didn't know what I was doing. That was the problem. I had to text my friend, "Hey, how'd you make this?" I don't know. He never answered. And
I like to keep it interesting, though.
I like you though.
It's like, I just came up with this thing. Can you tell me how to make it?
It was disgusting. I dipped a straw in it. I was like, I wouldn't feed this to a dog. and I looked back and Pete drank it all.
Yeah, well, listen, somebody's got to drink it.
That's why I
and
like-
honestly,
that's why I like you, though.
and I would give it to a dog. A
keep my
good
self-esteem.
dog is gonna drink any key lime martini that you give to it.
Well, this is amazing. So, like, I've met you through Papa Doc over here. And,
Socks.
Papa Socks.
Papa Socks, everybody.
It's Papa Doc's house.
Papa
Anthony
Smock,
Mackie's gonna
whatever
sue
his
us.
name is. Just so much drinking things just
Clarence.
in and out. Papa Socks
Thank
over here was always so notorious for showing him at a bar and bartender going like, "Oh, well, what do you want to drink?" And he'd be like, "You know what? Surprise me."
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's like the bane of their exam. Like, that's
I
the
know,
worst question.
yeah. It's very frustrating.
And you're lucky I like you.
I know. Yeah.
Because
I am
you
lucky.
know how many
I feel
people-
lucky every day.
Do you know how many people say that to me and I'll literally just look them in the eye and just fucking walk away?
In
And I'll
fairness,
never come back to
when
them.
I say surprise me, I will drink whatever you hand.
But the thing about
so
you're
honestly,
gonna
I'm
drink
making it easier because you could just give me a Miller Lite and I'll drink that.
Just give you
or
water.
you could give me a Red Death and I'll drink that.
Not
too.
only are you gonna drink, the only reason you're allowed to do what you do is because I know you're gonna drink it, A, and B, I know you don't care if I come back 25 minutes later.
Oh yeah,
You'll
absolutely.
be in
yeah.
a conversation
Tend to
with
these
an
other people.
80-year-old Korean War vet next to you at the bar, and you won't even realize you don't have a drink yet.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
anybody else who says that, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Oh yeah, no, I'm like
This
knee
is
deep in
terrible.
it. We're
I'm
talking
like,
about the Battle of Chosin and shit. You know, like how many soldiers were
Oh,
lost.
really?
there?
You were at the My Line Massacre?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Let's get into that shit.
Why wasn't that your nerd thing?
You just don't rush me, which is fine because
Yeah.
there's times when I'm like I am right now, and we're in first gear barely. The gears are not going. It's 11:15. We opened at 11, and Pete walks in like, "Yo, hey, whatever you want to make me," and I'm like, "Oh, this motherfucker."
It could be anything.
And I tell you though, I'm like, "I'll be back in 20 minutes."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah. Hold
I
your horses.
was there today, and your partner Leo was there, and I had to warm up for this podcast.
Shouts to Leo.
And shouts to Leo. And he was like, "What do you want?" And I said to him basically that same thing. I was like, "I don't really know." And he goes,
He hates
"Maybe
that.
you would like a Jameson." And I said, "Maybe I'd like a bullet." So we met in the middle.
And that's a simple thing.
Yeah.
Usually
And I
you have
didn't
me-
want it. I didn't enjoy drinking the drink. It was
it's
fairly
also
miserable
good
for
for
me.
you.
It's
Leo.
also the thing he always gets.
Yeah.
No. When he sees me, he says, "Give me a lemon something or the other."
First of all,
I'm like,
it's
he
a
either
lemon
gives me a
something or
flavor
other. It's a
or a
lemon
color.
something or other. Yeah, exactly.
Let me
A
get some
color
of that
tells you what I
buy
want.
drinks.
Like, what the fuck does that mean? A lemonade?
Yeah.
Get me a glass of orgeat and drop your nuts in it for me, please.
Listen, if you want a teabag a drink, I'm fine with that.
good about it.
And there's a lot of
vodka
flavor there.
steeped in duck à l'orange, please.
He can tell where I'm at that
Jacques
day.
Pepin,
based
is that
on
you in the back?
how hard I try.
Like one Tom Collins. What is this? 1950.
Yeah. No, he does that. He's like, in a sidecar. I'm like, what is it, fucking prohibition?
I can only do that out back.
It's not my fault that I was born in 1932.
They make me Google shit at 11:15.
Yeah. Google's up in 24/7.
Putting together my 90s mix. I'm not that
You
good.
just wait. He's going to come in one day. He's like, yeah, I'd like a flip made the medieval way.
He does that. He does that. And then I got to look it up. And then it's not only one thing to get the recipe.
Where do
You
I
gotta
get
read
a
the
hot
story.
iron
You got
to
to read
put
the
in
story
this?
about how, I make this for my husband, and he loves it in like late June.
He doesn't
and, like,
even mind
and
that
I'm
I
like,
burn the roast.
skip the fucking recipe.
In fairness,
You know?
in fairness, part of the reason that I do this is that when I walk in at 11 a.m., when we're all just trying to be in a jovial mood and get past what we did the night before, you're playing fucking Stained at full blast
That's
on the radio.
Not me. That's
So,
called
I
a
mean, yeah, no
Pandora
shit. I'm going to
algorithm.
fucking order a random fucking bullshit drink.
Aaron Lewis has
Aaron Lewis.
a monopoly on Pandora. Somehow, I mean, you could do like 70s like disco music radio, and it's been a while. Will come on within
I
a
guess
half
it's just
hour.
something about
I don't know how.
grabbing your shirt and having your eyes closed when you sing.
I don't know how.
And yelling at the concert hurts more than you actually sing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
There's something to be said for it.
How many playlists he gets on Pandora? We got to look into
and,
that.
and it's every day,
Yeah,
which
it
is
is
why
rare.
every day I order a random drink.
it's just
Because it's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
You know, sometimes you're just friends with terrorists.
It's nice to have a drink while you're watching the world burn.
So, Steve, I figure you might be a good person to mine a topic I've been thinking about. You have any good shit show bar stories to share?
I mean,
I know this might be a deep well.
no, let me hit my Rolodex. I mean, you gotta understand, doing this job is like you're numb to outrageous shit. Like people will be like blown away by things, and like it's just nothing to you. Like I remember like the one bar I work at, the first time I worked there, this guy who's a regular who may or may not have narcolepsy. I don't think he does, but he'd like to do like quick naps. And, like, hey, this is like a mom and pop joint. Like this guy will put back a case of Bud Heavy like it's nothing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, like, but he did like quick naps, and that's a huge like faux pas in a bar. You can't,
absolutely.
you can't go to sleep. But it's like 2 PM.
They say the same thing
like,
about driving.
And my guy, he's huge, by the way. Like this guy's a fucking tank.
Okay.
And he's known the owner for 30. I don't know.
Sure.
Whatever. So
Yep,
like it's like the owner actually told his wife that like he had narcolepsy, lying because like he didn't want her to freak out about him sleeping. Like it was uncovered like 10 years later. But this guy's doing one of his naps and he just falls backwards off his fucking horse. And mind you, this guy's maybe 300 pounds. Like he's a monster.
Like a redwood
and
falling in the forest.
And I'm coming from like a corporate restaurant where like the amount of paperwork you have to do for something like this is outrageous. And this is my first day here, and I'm like, oh my god. So like I run over there, and he's bleeding from his head.
Oh, great.
So I'm like, this is bad. We're all gonna get fired. So the owners come out. It's a mom and pop joint. It's much different than like your Chili's and TJ.
Oh, for sure.
So they come out with like bar rags and start wiping the floor with his blood, like you know what I mean, like and
real smeary.
How funny is this? That like so I'm freaking out, and the dude I'm working with who's like training me, he's like, no, don't worry, it's just him. He does that. I'm like, what do you mean?
It must be Tuesday.
There's 4 police officers off duty, sitting at the bar, whatever, next to him. And the owners are out there with the bar rags wiping the blood off the floor. And they're like, you guys got to call an ambulance. And the owner goes, why don't you go fuck yourself? They don't care. They don't care. And they're just like, yo, like mind your own fucking business. Yeah. You know? And I'm like, I'm looking around and I'm like, I'm freaking out. Like, I was like, I don't know what to do. And, and the guy that's training me is like, dude, you're fine, man.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Not your problem.
I'm like, I don't know, man. We're all going to jail. But this is like, for them, it was nothing. Yeah. And now like X amount of years later, working at places like this, like you're just numb from that stuff. Like this guy sat at the bar with a bag of ice on his head that they made him in the back for like 3 hours drinking waters. And then the owner followed him home while he drove because he would refuse to drive. No, 3-4 hours later, he sat there. And the owner comes back and he's like straight as an arrow. I was like, this place is wild.
Was he still drinking at that point, or
what's that?
He was just done? He was just drinking water at that point.
Yeah, he didn't drink anymore after that. But like I said, it didn't matter. Bud Heavy, he put that shit in his cornflakes. Like this guy's a professional. He just lost his balance while he was sleeping. I mean, come on,
it happens.
What are you gonna do? There's like
Sometimes you get that dream when you're falling and you're just jarred awake, and
you just happen to be in a bar stool at 2:30 in the afternoon. I don't know.
No,
we've all been there.
It's happened to me driving on the Parkway.
But the point of it is like this happens every day, somewhere or the other, and it's like, and regular people are appalled by it. But like doing my job is like, I'm like, there he is again. I mean, you get used to it.
Yeah, make an omelet. You got to break a couple of heads.
I
think that's how that goes.
I like that.
My old watering hole, which I mean, some of us used to share back in the day, doesn't exist in the same way anymore. Used to be real tight there. It was more of let's call it a more friendly situation with the bartenders and clientele. There was a lot of back and forth, good times. There was an evening, this is many years ago now, they used to do a dart night. Somebody got a little too froggy and knocked out his competitor in the parking lot and then ran. Essentially, the bartenders and those of us close enough to be regular, I used to live 3 houses down the road, so that's why I was there all the time. I also have a problem. But, we chased that motherfucker down the road, a half mile down the road, tackle his ass, and the bartender beat the shit out of him before the cops could show up.
I remember that comes with the job.
I thought it was a different reason that because he like skipped on the bill. And
no, he didn't skip on. No, because he knocked the dude out in the parking lot and then ran.
He
fucked up at the bar.
Sounds like he just needed a good old fashioned ass whooping.
Yeah, well, I thought it was something more than just like a fist fight outside, but. All right.
It's disrespect.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what it came down to.
You're bringing heat to the bar, too.
Yeah.
You know?
I've also been at that
Those
bar
are potentially, you don't want cops rolling up at the bar. It looks bad.
and I backed
We don't
into
like
a
that.
car in the parking lot. Like, no real damage, but there was a little dent.
Same guy.
Same guy
covered
that
this
you
up.
and he called me the next, or he didn't call me. I think he called you because he didn't have my number.
Papa Socks.
Papa Socks.
I got the phone call.
Papa's drunk.
And then I talked to him via that. I think maybe we traded phone numbers after that, but
What?
and he called. He's like, oh, that like you backed into this car. I'm like,
And we got it on video.
That.
It was full video.
on the
Just,
security camera.
Moses just like doing the thing and being like, "Yep, I'm gonna pretend this didn't happen."
Yeah,
Just,
you,
like,
asked, you asked him
bounces.
about stuff like that. He's like, no, it wasn't me. And I'm like, bro, I just saw it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
but, like,
just
that's
like
the thing
a
about
full
doing that,
video
like,
recording. of
Covered
it.
it up and
Yeah.
said
And
that
knowing
they
that
didn't have
guy
a
is like,
record-
you know what the darndest thing though? It just deleted that section
Yeah.
of the video.
Yeah, it's
No, back in the day, that was a time and place bar. Didn't last very long, but it was a beautiful time and place.
They usually
while it
don't.
lasted.
I
yeah.
miss smoking.
spots.
Yeah.
miss
Owners
smoking there.
change, rules change, things like that. It's just the way of the world.
These damn cameras. I'll tell you what. I mean, you used to be able to do whatever you wanted.
Well, I mean, back in the day,
And now
too,
it's
same
just-
place.
They're always watching.
They'd kick, not like necessarily, but they're like, okay, last call, then all the scrubs leave, and then they lock the doors, and it's a lock in the 4 o'clock in the morning.
God, I love that.
Everybody gets a
cigarettes
little
and-
shot glass of water to put your cigarette out in.
Yeah.
Yes. God, those are the good. I mean,
Simpler
that's a
times.
dying breed.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
no,
it's-
as far as I
it's-
understand, it's dead.
And it's not dead.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
But it's getting there.
It's getting there, yeah.
The blood on the floor spot still does that. I'm not going to elaborate.
No, you don't have to. No.
don't want to
But,
use
like,
it.
I miss that shit so much.
Me too.
Because it was so cool. Because like you actually got to form like actual like friendships with like the people at the bar. Like not that like not in a negative way where you're trying to force a friendship to try to get like fucking perks, if you will.
Yeah,
But it's
no,
like,
you're
you
just,
actually
you're
make
just friends
real
with the
friends.
person. Yeah.
It typically naturally happens, and then there's like a camaraderie of sorts between you and the bartender. If you,
It's
there
known that
often
you're
enough,
you're a reliable patron at that spot.
Yeah, so we won't let you stay after hours.
No,
when we
no.
lock the doors, if you're an asshole, like if you're there after we lock the doors, like I say, I'm like, listen, VIP time, and you know what? It's nice because we get to come down because I can only have so many conversations. With
Exactly
people
right.
While I'm working, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like at that time, it's like we get to sit at the bar, chill out.
Oh. Yeah,
Have a
you
couple
get the
cigs,
bullshit
whatever,
and
have a
like,
drink,
real conversation.
and you get to like know people, and like that's a time when it's like it's just pure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can just relax, and it's something that's like you said, it's going
it's going out of style.
going
big time.
extinct.
Yeah.
It's going extinct, and it's sad. I mean, like I said, it goes back to the there's cameras everywhere. I mean, you know how many people that I see, especially like young kids, like going to the bar late at night, like who just need like a good old fashioned ass whooping.
Oh, 100%.
You know, and like
I was one of those
like,
kids at a point.
Oh, me too.
I still
But you know
might
what the
be.
thing is? I got it.
Oh, yeah,
I
exactly
got
right.
it because guess what? There weren't surveillance cameras
No.
everywhere. Okay, now it's like you can't even get like a constructive ass whooping.
No.
but that you need because
That is the truest thing that's been probably said.
because somebody's
Totally.
gonna get hit on battery charges.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just there's too many.
There's no
it's a crazy
consequences
world.
anymore.
No.
Like people get to be unaccountable for their actions.
God, you're just hitting a nerve with me. Because
That's what I'm here for,
I
baby.
watch this every night. Like,
Yeah.
There's all these 20-something kids that come into the bar, the DJ's on. They're like, yeah, I'm going to get laid tonight, And then, like, sure enough, turns out they got no game. They're not getting laid. And now it's like 1 a.m. It's about to be last call. And they're like, all right, I'm just going to fight somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, I just hate all
That's
of
why I
them
don't go
so
there on a
much.
Saturday night.
It's right after you've whiffed your way down the bar skank ladder.
And this goes something back to something I've
when you're batting a zero.
Yeah,
And
it's
I've
a golden
hinted at
sombrero,
before.
they call it.
Gentlemen, get your nut off before you go out that evening.
Yeah. Don't be going out with one in the chamber,
You can't.
Yeah, because your hand off the trigger.
Loaded gun's dangerous to go to the bar with.
Yeah.
Also
100%.
illegal.
100%.
But
I
it
can't smoke
causes a lot of
cigarettes. You can't bring a
problems.
loaded gun in here.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying.
I want to do something so innocuous. Just smoke cigarettes while I drink. Nope, not allowed.
Yeah.
I remember when the ban happened in here in New Jersey, and I'll name the place because it doesn't exist anymore. But it was Christopher's on 37.
Oh, that place was great. That was a biker bar.
Well, no, it's
Kinda,
something
it was
blue.
a biker bar.
Yeah, it renamed and it's never
Yeah,
open.
yeah.
Still Christopher's.
Is it still
No,
Christopher's?
it is.
At the hotel?
Oh no,
Yeah,
not
the
Christopher's.
No,
Nick
Christopher's.
the Greeks. I'm sorry. Down at the other
down
end
the
of
way?
37.
Yeah.
Now it's
Aqua Blue.
Aqua Blue.
Yeah.
Now it's Aqua Blue. Yeah. But so
That place
it was real skeezy. The owner didn't give a fuck about anything, which was cool because after the smoking ban, you could still smoke inside. All his bartenders were strippers from Delilah's Den.
I can't believe I still lived up north.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm immediately like replaying regrets.
Yeah.
That would have been a regular.
I mean, it was a small bar. Like, literally, the bar could probably seat maybe 15 to 18 people.
Yeah.
But it was so dark. That really dark kind of bar. The only light came from the guy who used to watch, like, I don't know, whatever, like one of those car show channels. And he would just sit there in the corner.
Motor Trend.
Yeah, Motor Trend or something like that.
281 under.
And then every now and then he would just break
Not a
out a line
sponsor.
for himself
Yeah.
and do a line of coke off the bar.
Right there.
Yeah. Oh, right there out in the open. It was his
What
place.
a
as
time
far
to
as-
be alive.
Yeah.
I remember doing that shit in Aruba.
Well, Aruba's a little bit of a different
He
story.
means Bayville.
Hey, that was some good coke there.
Oh, man.
Bayville's trash.
But, I mean, where I live, pretty much anything close to a mom and pop bar is gone now.
Yeah.
We're only more or
It's all
less.
chains.
I still have a local watering hole, but it's changed a lot in a really kind of negative way.
The one on
The one that used to be good, that is not good anymore.
that one.
I've told
The
stories
old
of the
pub,
good
yeah.
times. Now it is different times.
Yeah.
I can't tell stories.
It's
of
the
bad
old
times.
pub.
Boring.
Yeah, the old pub, and now
Yeah.
it's fucking shitty now.
Yeah. Chris. All right. So myself and my fiance got flagged, not because of our behavior, but they counted the number of drinks we had and said that was enough.
How
Sure,
sure?
man.
Sure,
Well,
your
not,
behavior
like,
had nothing to do with it.
Somebody trying to tell me like the amount of
responsible
drinks, the amount of drinks varies completely between people.
Well, they
some
went
people
from
can't have
drinks
one.
went from being
some
in
people
pint
can have
classes
10.
down to rocks classes,
Yeah.
which they said is the same volumetric
Which
amount.
we know it isn't.
No,
Yeah.
You know what bothers me about all you people?
please.
What do you mean, you people?
Please.
Go on.
So, do you guys know how many times I've been flagged at a bar? As a bartender, listen, just believe us.
Oh, I generally do.
When I get flagged, I look at them, I'm like, I guarantee you're right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The amount
But
of people-
sometimes it's
the amount of
wrong.
people that
You're
fight
good
me.
about that. Also, not for nothing.
I've
The
been
other day,
flagged many times.
The other
Every
day,
time
I
I
gotta
guess,
put in
you're
work.
right.
The other day when I was over there, I'm going to completely contradict what you just said.
Go ahead, I dare you.
I already had a whiskey, a full one, right? Which I took a sip out of as I was ordering a Red Death, and you said I shouldn't give this to you, right?
No.
So then you handed me the Red Death.
I gave it to
And
him.
I drank enough out of that there was room. And then I was like, Steve, come back over. And you're like, what do you want? And I was like, can you please pour my whiskey into this Red Death?
Wild.
Because I
Wild
don't
move.
have the fortitude to drink 2 drinks at the same time.
It was delicious.
And
I don't know how.
you called me a lunatic, right?
Well, you are a
You
lunatic.
did that for me. Because I said, I was like, listen, I don't want to spill this all over the bar, which is what will happen if I try and do this myself. So you were so kind as to do that. You also thought it would be terrible. Delicious drink, by the way.
It was good.
Delicious drink.
Can we just talk about the fact that it was fucking noon?
Yeah, and it was new. It was new.
Can we just throw that in
That
there?
was like my fourth drink.
That I was making Red Deaths at noon.
It was
and
ridiculous.
and then dropping double shots of
Yeah.
Bullet
And then,
into his Red
my
Death.
favorite part
When
of
people
that
were
is that
eating, like,
besides,
sausage, egg,
you
and
were
cheese.
100% right. You shouldn't have done that. But my favorite part is that the boss lady came around and I didn't even see her sneaking up behind me. But she
she's like a
reached
ninja.
over my shoulder. She's like full on like straight behind me, so I didn't even know that she was there. And she like full on put her arm like over my shoulder with a straw in her hand, right? And she like puts it into the drink.
Yep.
So like now I know that there's someone there. So I'm like, well, who the fuck is this? So I turn around and we're like, obviously she's so close to me.
Yeah, you're, like,
that,
face to face
I turn
touching
around
noses,
and
I'm
like our
sure.
noses are touching. And she just like takes the fucking straw. She takes that drink down, right? And she just goes, "You're insane," and then walks away right back into the kitchen.
She was right.
Yeah. It was good.
But
though.
it was good. I don't
was
know
solid.
how.
I was solid.
That's why
It
I
was
told her,
good.
I'm
That
like,
was
yo,
a
you
good
gotta
drink.
check this out. We do a thing called quality control.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's frowned upon. You can't drink while you're working because you have to be the guy who's
Well,
in
you weren't drinking. You were doing quality.
No, it's quality control.
Yeah.
Like, I can't have something out there
Yeah.
that I don't know about because how am I going to recommend it to
How do
other
you know?
people?
Exactly
Or,
right.
or
Every good
Tell
chef
people it's not
tastes as
good.
they go.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's part of the job. People don't realize that. There's a lot of things that go with this.
Oh, I
a lot
remember
of
getting,
administrative things.
I remember getting flagged at a bar, and I wasn't even drinking. I was just
I
drinking
doubt
water.
you remember it.
No, I didn't know. This was the party of wedding party that we had local.
For you? Yours?
Yeah, and I was drinking whiskey with my family.
I was here for this, yes.
And we all went to that bar that you were speaking of.
Yes.
And I didn't even try to get alcohol
tried to
there.
get a water.
I just tried to get a water and spilled
And
it.
they immediately said,
No,
you're
like
done.
you can't. You
wouldn't
can't
give you
drink
water.
water. Like, I wasn't even trying to get alcohol because I already knew I was fucked up and being kind of responsible. And I had a lot of fucking whiskey, like maybe a bottle and a half plus the 30-pack of Peps that I drank.
And you don't drink whiskey.
I don't drink whiskey, but I drank a lot of it that day.
Yes.
And I spilt the first water I got, and they're like, "No, you can't have any more." I'm like, "It's water." Like,
Clearly,
I'm
you
not
couldn't
even-
handle it.
They clocked him as soon as he walked in the door.
I was wasted.
We hate waters, by the way. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
I can
get those,
understand that.
Like I work at one bar, let's go on the water, and they come off the boat, and they're all hammered, and like,
Yeah.
oh, can we have like 7 waters? And like, I'm like, no, just drink
liquor.
Leave me alone. You know how long it takes to fill up a water? I can make like 6 drinks.
What you should do is you should just get the pitchers and just fill up a fucking pitcher. That's what you get.
I make my bar back do that on the weekends.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't have one during the weekend. I'm not doing
Right,
it. Go in the
right,
bathroom,
right,
run the
right.
faucet, figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's fair.
You put your mouth to the
Fair
tap.
too.
I got shit to do out here. Yeah.
Now, I want to jump to something because I've been dying to hear. Mr. Socks over here
Oh, yeah.
evidently had some sort of incident at the bar recently.
This is my bar story.
Yes. I want to get into it because you've been teasing it, cock teasing it so hard.
I had to bring antibiotics here today.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm going to preface it with...
Let Steve
hear it.
preface it with...
I'm going to preface it. This is a bar I work at. I did not work there last night, but I stopped in real
You were
quick.
not there, yeah. I wish you were. You would have loved this.
You know, obviously, Papa Doc's my friend because I'm here right now.
Papa Doc.
And I was...
Saint the drink.
I walked in there like, have you talked to Papa Doc? And I'm like, no. I was like, I saw him this afternoon. Everything was fine. And they're like, well, I think he's in the emergency room. I was like, what happened? Did he get shot? And
So
then
this
so
is-
like,
this
I'm
is what
confused and I
happened.
don't know what happened.
I'm
And
gonna light
now
a cigarette while I'm telling this story.
Light your cigarette.
I feel
Light a
like I
cigarette.
need one.
I'm
So
gonna
this
light one
is
too. I
this
need
is
to
what
know
happened. So nice peaceful day, Saturday. You know,
Set the
just
mood,
like,
baby.
Just fucking chilling and shit. And the day's going well. And I decide I'm like dressed in fucking scrubs. Hold me while I fucking light this cigarette. Go for that dramatic effect.
It's like a little wind.
I'm dressed in like some fucking like scrub gear, like just like fucking bullshit, you know, fucking. Figure I'm gonna
scrubs, honestly.
No, not scrubs like medical.
Yeah,
God,
I'm like,
God
why would
knows
you be
not.
wearing
Yeah,
those?
no,
What are you wearing?
no, like scrub, like I'm a scrub, you know.
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah,
like
they have,
cut
like,
off
Japanese
sleeveless
thing.
shirt, this type of bullshit.
Like you were doing some yard work. Or some
Yeah, I was doing
bullshit.
some yard work kind of nonsense, you know. So I'm dressed like a schlub, and I roll up to the bar, and I'm fixing to like, you know, go and visit my girl who's working there at the outdoor bar that you guys got. And I walk in, and I see that there's the cat that lives in the nearby area. So this cat's like always at the bar in some way, not
Our
inside.
mascot.
Yeah, exactly. But
He's
the cat's
just
like
another
always
patron.
chilling outside, super friendly cat, blah, 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 little tuxedo cat. They were calling this cat Mittens for the longest time, which is a
Mittens.
gay
I
ass
think she's
name,
a
so I went with Socks because that's a better name.
It's so much better.
Always has to
Socks
and,
are just feet mittens.
Yeah, thank you. Powerful contribution. And so I like walk past this scene of like the cat chilling. There's people gathered around, but that's like not anything terribly unusual. So I walk up to the outdoor bar and my girlfriend's there and she's like, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, what's up? Because I'm thinking something bad, you know? And so I have to lean in. It's like a whole fucking thing. I'm like, oh shit, what did I do? You know? And she's like, the cat? You know the cat, Mittens, Socks, you call him, you know. And she's like, the cat's sick. And I'm like, okay. I was like, I don't know how to help with that. And she's like, can you join me around back outside of this bar? So we walk all of 15 feet. And sure enough, we go out there. Same cat as I just walked past. And the cat is indeed laying there. Same scene as I just saw. Cat's just like chilling, what have you. Everybody's patting. And they're like, there's something wrong with this cat. He's not normally like this. Everybody thought the cat was a girl. So yada, yada. We're doing these things.
There's a cat that you regularly interact with to some level, always around?
The cat's basically always there. My interaction with this cat is very limited. So it's normally the people at the bar who were hanging out.
Oh, okay.
Like who
I
worked
gotcha.
there.
Yeah.
Outside bar.
Yeah, and this is a big bar, so there's like 10 to 20 people who are just like chilling outside, obviously not doing their jobs, but they're just like, they're hanging out with this cat trying to see what's wrong. And so, basically I joined that crowd, and they're like, something is definitely wrong. We need to take this cat to the vet.
Okay.
And so we're trying to put together money. And I was like, all right, you guys can't leave. I'll take the cat to the vet. Yeah, so I just like volunteer myself.
Gotcha.
That was very.
I just want to pop in real quick. Who are you going to the bar with?
I'm sorry, Dan. I neglected that. I was meeting Dan, the producer, there. So he rolled up like right after this scene was thrown upon me, and I am sorry, Dan. I immediately abandoned you.
Why do you say thrown upon you? Because it sounds like you were very volunteering in all of this endeavor.
I mean, a bit. Yeah, it's a sick cat. I'm about the sick cat, and Dan can take care of himself. He was in the military. This motherfucker kills people, whatever he does. I don't know.
I kind of believe he might not be able to.
I don't know what Dan does. He's like
The
piloting.
terror of Newport News.
He's piloting an
knows
aircraft carrier and killing Iraqis. I don't fucking know what he does. But anyway,
Like
so this
Rock Eagle
cat's
America
sick,
or something.
and I fucking so I'm sitting there, and I was like, I'll take this cat to the vet. And they're like, wow, that's a very nice of you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, go inside and get something to put this cat in. They go inside and fucking
Bring you a napkin.
this place is
Like a
goddamn
to-go
useless.
container?
So they come back with they have like this fucking
would they
shitty
have?
like war-torn box, and I'm just like, okay, I guess we'll make this work. And I say to one of the people working there who's more familiar with this particular feline, and I was like, you already like have something of a relationship with this cat. So I was like, you put the cat in the box because the cat doesn't know me. And she's like, okay, I'll do that. So she basically begins this process. The cat figures out pretty quickly what's happening.
Right.
And is not about it.
This is like an outdoor
This is
feral
a fully
cat.
feral cat.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
never been, placed in a box. It's never been picked up by a person, never lived in a house, that type of thing. Either way, so she begins to do this process. We start closing the flaps. The cat gets wise to it and begins trying to get out. So now I'm just holding these flaps on a cardboard box closed. And this is like a shitty fucking liquor box or
Oh
some
my
shit.
God.
So the cat's desperately trying to get out. And for those who are not familiar with cats, they are a lot stronger than you would think. 10 pounds of cat is worth 500 pounds of human.
I've seen him hit bears.
Yeah, absolutely. Cats are fierce fucking animals. So I'm holding this closed. The cat's getting more and more ferocious, using the last of its energy because this is like a sick cat. But at the same time, they got a lot of moxie. So this
When they
cat's
turn it on, they turn it on.
yeah. So I'm like, can you guys go and get tape or something? I obviously have to keep this box closed. I got to drive to the vet. So they come back and they're just like, we don't have any tape. And I'm like, this place is a fucking bar. How do you not have just tape? It's it's a basic thing, So we're struggling. We've got scotch tape. Somebody digs that up. So we're out there, and the time is going by, and I'm very nervous about the situation. The fucking cat gets its head out, and once the head's out, a fucking cat, if they get their head out of something,
I'm imagining this, and it just seems horrifying.
They know that they can get the rest of their
They
body
don't
out.
obey by the laws of physics.
No,
They'll just go
exactly.
liquid
They're made out of
instantly.
gelatin and shit, so they can just slip out. If if they can fit their skull through it, then they're getting the rest of their body out. And this cat absolutely knew that. So the cat does indeed get out of the box, just slips through a seam. And I grab it because you figure that if you don't grab the cat now, he's obviously
He's gonna
afraid.
run away.
He's gonna
You're
get
never
away.
gonna-
He's gonna get hit by a car, something
Yeah.
terrible. So I just grab the cat. And this cat absolutely and rightfully so thought that I was going to murder it. So
would've
it began
mauled you.
fighting for its life. And there was claws, and at a certain point, I managed to pin the arms down. This is just an absurd wrestling scenario.
Sounds like a kidnapping if it was a human.
Yeah.
It was
Just
like
be
that.
honest with that. If it's
Yeah.
a human, this is a kidnapping.
And I finally managed to get this
Catnapping.
cat. I was trying to get the scruff of the neck because I've had cats.
Right.
I know
Or a
that's what you
haunch.
do. Yeah, the haunch. Yeah. And so I couldn't really get that because the cat was just doing a great job of defending itself.
Being wild.
Basically, yeah.
Tasmanian devil.
Why do you call it?
And so I managed to pin the cat down just against the ground. I'm using my legs, my arms.
right.
This is a 200-pound man versus a 10-pound cat.
So you're having a Greco-Roman wrestling match with a cat.
And I
can't
was
wait
not
till the
winning
camera's
it. Yeah. And the cat was just all right, I'm down to my last resources now, and began biting. Now, I've been bitten by a cat in a playful way. This was not playful.
No, this is full
And
on.
this is just full on, I'm going to try and save my life from this murderous human.
It sounds like you're lucky it didn't bring out a steel chair.
Yeah, fucking hell. And mind you that there's 10 waitresses gathered around. So these girls are like 18 or something like that. There's like a cook. There's
Calling the
3
police.
fucking security guards. There's my bartender girlfriend. There's another bartender. Like there's just like a lot of people watching the scene and no one is fucking helping, and because they just didn't know what to do.
They have sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and I have none.
Why is he
I've-
doing this?
I've got this cat pinned down, and they're just like, you have to get him in the box. And I'm like, yeah, I fucking know that. I know what I need to do. I'm struggling to do it. And the cat basically is like at that point, he's like, I know that I can still bite this motherfucker. And indeed, the cat did. Bit both of my arms, and at one point, like he was running out of steam, and he just bit my right arm, like halfway up, like the forearm, like right into the meat. Bites there, and then and I looked at him. I'm pretty sure I said, "You motherfucker," and then he adjusted his teeth to get a better grip. So he bit a second time.
what I would've done.
And in that moment, he bit down with like the full force of his jaw, and I just like felt the teeth.
Those needle teeth.
Deep in the
Yeah.
muscle. So
Yep.
like his teeth met somewheres in my forearm. And I was just obviously very miserable. And everyone was asking me like, what should we do? I'm like, open the fucking box.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not like, there's no surgery happening here. You don't need to be skilled to help me. Just open the fucking box. And so they do that. We gradually get the cat back in there. Somebody had masking tape in their car for some
thank
fucking
God.
weird reason.
you know why.
Can you let me know who that was?
Yeah.
You
Right.
should make note of who that person was.
So
yeah, I wouldn't know
I
that.
get the cat in there. We get the cat in there. Cat finally goes fucking docile for it because now it's like pitch black in the box, completely sealed in there, it's taped up real good. Like
Accepted his
I
fate.
I pull my truck around. We get the cat in there, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this cat's gonna get out of the box while we're driving, and I'm going to die. I begin the drive. It was maybe like 20 minutes or so, something like that. We get up to the veterinary office.
Sure.
24-hour one, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I get in
I know
there.
what you're
We had
talking
called ahead, and they're like, "What's the deal?" And I'm like, "This is, I told them that I worked at this bar because otherwise, because they don't take strays.
I
They
would
just
have
put them
called
to
the
sleep,
police.
yeah. And they were like, "We don't take strays," and I'm like, "No, this isn't a stray." And
I have a house.
so they take this cat in there. Cat's still in the box, still docile, and I am bleeding all over this fucking room.
that bad?
The amount of blood
that
was
bad?
insane. This floor was slippery.
Well,
with
you
my
gotta
blood.
figure
I
most-
didn't know that I had that much blood.
Most of
inside
his
me.
blood
got
is
into
whiskey,
you.
so it just oozes out.
Yeah.
Like,
I feed that cat cheesesteaks like twice a week. This cat's no joke.
Yeah, no, this
cat has
cat's a
diabetes.
baller. So I'm bleeding just fucking everywhere. It's absurd. Everyone else is in there with like a cat that has a cold, and I am the one who's sick here. Just like fucking just dripping, pouring fucking blood. Cat's chill as fuck. So.
are you sure you brought the right cat?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like so I tell them they were like we're going to take the cat in the back and do some tests and what have you, and I was like, that's great. I was like, I know this is pretty weird, but is there anything that you can do for me? And they were like, we don't normally treat people here, but I'll see what I can find. So I was treated by a vet last night. They came back out, they didn't have anything for people, so they wrapped me up in like dog bone gauze. They were adorable. They were just like covered in dog bones, and I was like, this is super cute. And
But the moral of the story is you got a prescription for ketamine, right?
that would be
All
delightful.
right, chill. Yeah,
And,
I know Moses.
What?
After
and,
the
and I'm just like fucking chilling there while they're running these tests. I'm still fucking bleeding everywhere. And like other people are coming in with their animals, and I'm trying to be casual because like I just don't know what to do. Because I was like trying to leave because it's not my cat. I hope the
biggest
cat's
cat
well, and I'll
I've
pay
ever
for it to
seen.
stay overnight. And they were just like, no, you have to wait. They're like, we don't keep cats overnight. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So like, what should I do? Just wait here in the waiting room. So I did.
Try not to
and
bleed
I'm
out.
bleeding everywhere. And there's other people coming in with their legitimately just like cat's got a cold, dog, was fucking shitting this or
You
that.
probably brought it to the place that listeners remember where Christina had to bring our cat to.
Oh,
where
yeah.
she was there for a very long time.
Waiting forever.
It's on
yeah.
70?
Yeah. It's on Route 37.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you're dealing with these emergency vets,
Yeah.
if you will, waits are incredibly long.
And that's what it
Also,
was.
they're treating humans back there too.
Well,
Apparently. So they've got this cat in the back, and there's other people coming in. They've got their cat in a little carrier. They're carrying their dog the side of the other, and I'm just like bleeding profusely. And I'm
didn't come in a carrier.
wearing like a fucking shitbag T-shirt with
Right,
like
right.
the sleeves poorly cut off.
really looking like a true
I've done
scumbag.
nothing to make myself myself look decent because I thought I was
I gotta
popping in
get
for a
back to my
quick beer.
trailer.
I would have turned.
And then like I didn't know what to do because I felt so uncomfortable because obviously like, I'm the weirdo in this room, and also I'm the only one not holding an animal, so it looks like I'm there to like harass an ex-wife or something.
I thought this was a doctor's office.
And like so they're like
I'm waiting to
looking
get
at
the
me
meth
real
out of my
weird,
cat's stomach.
so I like look so like I'm just trying to make casual conversation with these people who are just like, what's your cat's name? You know, and they don't want to talk to me, rightfully so, because I look like a fucking psychopath. And I had to like say to him, I do have a cat here. You know, like I'm not just hanging out at this vet's office.
And that's just a bestiality guy.
Yeah, right. And it took like
Not just.
it took like
I am,
4
but-
fucking hours, 3 hours, something like that, for them to like come out and be like, the cat doesn't have rabies or anything like that. Okay. So you're basically good on that, but we need to talk to you in the private room over here, the examination room.
With these officers.
So I now get this doctor, vet, whatever you call him, and we get back there, and I was like, I'm going to sit down because I've got like a lot of shit going
feel
on
like I've lost a
in
lot of
my own
blood.
body right now.
A little lightheaded.
Yeah, I've been drinking whiskey all day. I lost like a liter of blood, you know, which is all over the floor, and no one has made any attempt to clean it up. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit.
Oh, it's human
And,
blood. That's not the same.
And he's like smiling, and he's like, "That's cool. You make yourself comfortable." and he's like, "The cat's basically good. We ran these tests. There's no serious diseases." And I was like, "Awesome, happy to
That's
hear
great
that."
news.
I was like, "What should I do about my situation?" And so he reiterates what the tech said, and he's like, "We can't treat you here, but you are losing a lot of blood. So we're gonna bandage you up again because you've bled through these things, and you should definitely go and get like some amoxicillin or something like that." And I was like, "Do I have to worry about rabies?" And he's like, "No, the cat doesn't look like it has rabies. Those tests take longer.
Probably not.
But this cat, they very rarely have it. Doesn't look like the cat's got it." So it's like, you're good on that. But he's like, this bite is super fucking deep.
Yeah.
He didn't curse as much as I do. But he's like, this bite is super
Somebody
deep.
has a decorum.
And so you're almost certainly going to get a severe infection from
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And you should take care of that. And I'm like, great. Can you give me something? He's like, I can't really do that.
Should have been like, can you prescribe my cat this
Yeah,
then?
I told him straight up, I was like, we can just pretend that I'm a cat.
I've taken dog amoxicillin before.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing.
We'll get to
It's
that
all the
story
same.
after.
It's all the same.
We'll get to
It's
that
all
stuff
the
that's
same.
happened to me.
Yeah, so they ended up, they were like, we're going to bring your cat out.
insurance,
We're going
guys.
to bring your cat out in a minute, and you'll be able to go home. And I was like, that's fine, that's great. As she's walking away, this is the tech now, she's walking away. And I was like, oh, wait. I brought this cat here in a box that looked a lot the way I look right now. I was like,
I feel like I'm going to need
tattered
that
and
on
full
the
of
way
alcohol.
home.
give me something to bring this cat
mirror
back
box.
in. And she's like, I got you. Of course, that was added onto the bill. And I get this cat back. He's docile as fuck. As she's bringing him back out, she like sits him down and she's like, I just want you to know, this is one of the most beautiful animals that we've ever had in here. He let me hold him, super friendly, all of these things.
Because he's already massacred you. He's
and
in
I
a
didn't
good
even
mood
know
now.
what to say because like there was a little bitterness in me. So I basically just said
Careful,
to
he
her,
has a
I was
taste
just
for
like, I
blood.
think he got it all out when he was mauling me earlier.
If I may, I've had a lot of interactions with this cat. This cat, I guess he works at my bar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lives
The
there.
bartender there, though.
Anyway, he's a she. I think it's a chick, actually.
No, this is
I
a
didn't
he.
check. It's a he?
It's a he.
Confirmation?
He's 3 years old.
Anyway, I
can't
never
just
checked.
assume a cat's sexuality.
Anyway, this is a great cat. Like, there's never
Really
been a
is.
sign of hostility. I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Cool cat,
Yeah.
chills.
Yeah, he attacked me because
There's
something
something-
cornered him. You
Yeah,
just put him in the
exactly.
corner
Wrong
position.
with you.
Yeah, that sounds
Because
about
they
right.
have an eye for the what is it? Personal, like personality
I got an eye for the wild.
defects.
Yeah.
I can tell you were a scumbag.
it knows you're
Great
not a good
cat.
person.
It's a great cat. Anyway, I'll let you go.
Great cat. But yeah, so I end up, I get
later.
the cat back in the carrier. She's like, if I'm looking for a bigger place, but in about 6 months I should have one. If you still have this cat, then I will take this animal. And I told her, I was like, my girlfriend really wants me to take this cat. That's not a thing. I already have a fucking lunatic in my house.
You
know?
do have a
another
lunatic in the
tuxedo
house.
cat.
Yeah.
That cat's got problems.
I get him back. I drive all the way back, and I so desperately want a bourbon. Like that's all that I want in the whole fucking world. Because this is not how I thought the night was going.
It's when the day turns upside down on you.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
I bring him back. I put him in my laundry room, which is separated from the rest of the house. My tuxedo cat, like, is kind of aware. He's like, he sees that I'm
has to
doing
be.
shady
Yeah.
shit.
He has
Laundry
to.
But he's
room
like-
is where he keeps the basket and the lotion.
Yeah. And
It puts it on.
put him over there, give him some food, go back to the bar, and then everybody who works there is just like, what's going on? What happened with the cat? Mind you, I am still very much so bleeding. And so I drank like a shit ton of bourbons there, which I totally forgot to pay for. My lovely lady was so kind as to comp those for me. Yeah. I got those, told all of these other lovely people the story of the excursion to the vet's office and so on and so forth. Got home, we checked on the cat, and found out that I had no amoxicillin in the house. So right now, I am on a very large amount of antibiotics. I do not feel great.
Well, I mean, listen, you can. I worked with a guy who got that, which is hilarious. It's called cat scratch fever.
Oh, yeah.
And he went blind.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's not just what is that, Steve Winwood song?
Yeah.
So,
Cat scratch fever is real, and he got bit by a cat and went blind from it.
yeah,
Big cat guy. I've never heard of this.
Had to retire
Did you say
early.
cat scratch fever?
Yeah, it's a thing.
real
Sounds like a
thing.
song, but
It is a
It is
song.
a
Miller
song.
Band.
It is also
Song
that's why I preface it. It is a real thing.
Oh, it's a song?
Yeah,
It is a song.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's a real
fucking
thing.
Ted Nugent or fucking Steve Winwood.
Ted-
something like
Ted
that.
Nugent.
Yeah,
Ted Nugent.
I couldn't
I did
remember
not know
exactly.
that.
what-
I'm learning every day
But
at
yes.
a bar.
So that'll be me soon.
Always learn things at a bar. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. It's true.
So right now I've got a swollen right arm.
Are you okay?
Oh, you
pretty
know
bad.
what? It's actually the first time I look at it. Yeah,
shocking.
that
You
is
see that?
very much pumped out.
Yeah.
You
I
look
look
like-
like Popeye compared to
You're
my
like
normal
half
self.
Popeye.
You look
Yeah.
like shit.
And
You're
my
right. He almost looks
my
like
pointer
shit, though.
finger on the left.
Yeah, very.
Is,
yeah,
What are we
is like
comparing it
it's
to?
like a twice a thumb.
It is.
And,
Yes.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of amoxicillin in me, some azithromycin.
Yep.
Z-Pack.
The cat's just chilling, living his best life
Yeah,
in
well,
my
what
living
is
room.
my? I guess my most pertinent question is, what is the plan from here? Now that you got a cat
no
captive
plan.
in your laundry room.
No plan.
Yeah, how are you getting it out?
I think that the
Because it doesn't want to be in the house.
what I'm gonna do is slip the deed under the door to
And
the
that's the
laundry
cat's
room,
problem.
and it's
Make
the cat's
your
house.
mark.
Fiskerton's going to be pissed because he was supposed to be left
We're
that
moving.
house.
We're moving to a new house together. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm
Light
going to
the
the
match and
doctor's
walk away.
office so they can stick some needles in me, I guess. and
Yeah, no,
that's
you're
where we're
gonna
at,
get a
yeah.
broad spectrum antibiotic.
Yeah.
Well, you're
just-
going to get a D-tap.
Yeah, oh, probably. Yeah.
Should we discuss the fact that you stole our bar cat
I
without permission?
asked them.
Yeah,
if
they don't
wanted me
even
to
like
bring
you
it
stealing
back.
a pumpkin, that plastic pumpkin.
You
They
did
gave
steal a
they gave
Jack
a lot of
Daniel's
shit for that.
pumpkin
This is the
from my
second
bar,
thing I've stolen
and you were
from that
caught
bar.
red-handed on cameras. And the general manager came to me and said, "Hey, I know this is your friend, but we put this pumpkin out today, and I watched him walk out and take the pumpkin and bring
did.
it to his truck and leave." And I was like, "I'll talk
will
to
get
him.
Yeah.
I'll talk to him. I don't want you to press any charges. I know that's theft.
I am
but,
extremely guilty of that.
And then you did bring the pumpkin back.
I did bring it back.
And then you know what's fun? Like 7 months later, the general manager brought you the pumpkin.
he did. He did.
And gifted it to you because he
did,
respected.
And I was
You
stealing
respected
that
it.
for our other mutual friend.
Yeah.
Who didn't have the
balls
chutzpah.
to-
Yeah,
Can't
exactly.
see that in the cameras though.
No, you cannot.
Look like
You can't-
you
you
made
can't
sure
record
that's
intent.
something from the establishment.
So you're right. Yeah, second thing that I've stolen from this bar.
I bet you wish
this
you had
time
that
it's a living
plastic,
animal.
that plastic pumpkin for that cat. You could have just threw him right in there.
That's probably true. Yeah.
This cat lives like a. Can we just talk about this cat lives like an absolute god?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
he
mean,
found the best spot.
We feed this cat sushi. The seagulls at our bar look like pterodactyls. They eat out of the dumpster. These guys are eating like 400 boneless wings a day. You've never seen a seagull this large. I mean, if you're going to be a homeless animal, which I don't even know what that means, but if you're living at my bar by the
Free
dumpsters,
range.
you're
Free
doing
range.
well.
Yeah.
You're doing well. You're doing better than
getting
most
by,
humans in this
They
area.
were just pissed you were taking him away from
You
heaven.
gotta see these seagulls. They look at you when you walk up, and they're just like, "What's up, bro?"
Oh, no fear.
Yeah.
No
They're like,
fear.
"What's up,
They're
bro?"
ballsy.
Like,
You want to talk?
No,
Yeah.
I think I still owe one of them $20.
Yes. He told me it was 100. But like,
That's because of the interest.
Oh, Harold. Yeah, no, absolutely.
these birds look at you and they're not scared. And like
No.
you go to the beach and they're tiny, and you're like, "Who are these guys?" Because like these bar seagulls are living life.
Yeah. This cat was doing the same. Not anymore.
Cat was eating like sashimi.
That cat's got a bowl of kibble right now that my cat has mixed feelings about.
Well, great to know there's no plan for the mystery cat in the
There's no
laundry room.
plan. My lady
let him out?
very much so wants me to keep this animal, and I've told her
I
multiple
do not
times.
know how well that will work out.
It's probably not going to work out great because it's still feral.
Sounds like he doesn't like you.
And Leo's had a very, not even semi-charmed, but a very
My
charmed
cat
one.
Leo is not friendly to strangers of the
Nope.
feline variety.
No.
Apple does not fall far.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
you're
it
dead
does
right.
not.
Yeah.
It does not.
It's like
But
you came
yeah,
from
that's
your
pretty
very
much
own
where we
loins.
left off. So I've got a very angry feral cat in my laundry room.
Should I call the police?
Leo
Like,
is not pleased about it. Yeah, probably. The
Against his
lotion
will,
is
it
in
sounds
there.
like.
The lotion is in the basket. so
Yeah,
it's fine.
absolutely. So we might have some furs in our future.
Yeah.
It takes the wet food and it puts the wet food in the basket.
It's the only way you can get to sleep in that house is between the cat food and
Yeah.
the glue.
Well, Pete, I would like to say to you, no good deed goes unpunished.
Oh, fucking nice.
Are you okay?
Not really.
Not really. No, we've all seen this. But we got a little bit of time left, so maybe we could do. You spoke of your fear of that ride of that cat escaping. Maybe a little bit of speed round of bad road trips.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Wow. Who wants to lead with this?
I mean, I got
Lead with
something
this.
kind of benign.
I just went on a road trip this week.
Where'd you go?
I went to North Carolina.
Okay.
Okay. Not a terrible drive. Did it overnight. Everybody,
North Carolina, well, maybe like
8
12,
hours?
13 hours.
No.
Oh, no, I'm talking about
Surprisingly,
South Carolina.
7.5.
7.5. Yeah, that makes sense.
But like,
yeah.
so I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows me knows I smoke cigarettes. So I went there with my wife and my child.
Right.
Okay. You're apparently not allowed to smoke cigarettes with a child in the car. It's
Which is
illegal
crazy.
now. I mean,
It's
the
like,
world
it's
that
how
we
we
live
grew
in is
up.
outrageous.
I mean, that's how I grew up, but yes, I guess in the world of...
Listen, back in my day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't even open the windows. They want to catch a
Oh,
draft.
no, you don't want to catch a
My
cold.
parents did not want to catch
God
a draft.
forbid.
I don't think I have a family picture of my mother not smoking a Durell.
I was
and
going to
giving
say,
the
your
middle
mother
finger.
is a chain
Oh, your mom
smoker
used to
and a
smoke
half.
Durells?
She used to smoke
Durell.
Durells back when they were a thing. My father used to smoke L&M's, but he eventually
Yeah, yeah,
quit.
yeah,
but
yeah.
Good
it's-
for him.
well,
Well,
he's dead anyway.
He's
Oh,
passed
nothing to
now.
do with the Durells.
No, actually, no, it's all the diabetes.
Yeah, it's hereditary.
This is pounds of 40.
I'm adopted.
I heard the episode about that, which is wild. That you're adopted and it happened anyway. Yeah, so I mean, listen, I took a bunch of stops. It was a 7.5 hour ride. Ended up being like 9.5.
Right.
Everybody in the car's sleeping.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
I said,
yeah, yeah.
I'm a cigarette smoker, so I'm just pounding through sunflower seeds and
Oh,
whatever
I
I can
understand
find.
that. Respect,
and
I
I'm
understand
taking
that.
like ridiculous stops. You know, like my wife's like, "Oh, we just got gas." I'm like, "No, this
Yeah,
rest
but I
stop,
need
this rest
to
stop
top it
looks
off.
nice."
You shut
like,
up.
Go back to fucking bed.
I want to take
whatever.
pictures. I got a TikTok.
Like, I learned about. Apparently, it's a law that you
I-
cannot smoke cigarettes with a child in the car.
I could not give you like a reading number on that like paragraph, but I believe it is a law now.
Allegedly. I was
Allegedly,
told about
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Before I had a child, my little girl's almost 4. This was maybe 5-6 years ago. I was going out to a wedding right outside Pittsburgh. So
Okay.
that's about a 7-hour drive or something like that.
Depending where you're
6
going, yeah,
maybe.
for sure, yeah.
The same
Time of day,
the
you're
same
taking
road.
the PA
I mean,
Turnpike. It's
you
a shit
feel
show.
like you ate like a quarter of mushrooms on this ride. It just nothing changes the whole way. I think it's like Route 81 or something like that, 80 something.
Well, depending on so if you're
Probably
taking
Route
80,
80.
you're going the northern route.
I don't know what the fuck it was. It
was
was a number.
probably
It was a
Route
number.
80,
Yeah, Route 80
and
would
it
be
was
the
the
northern route.
same highway
Yeah.
the whole way. There's a couple tunnels. You feel like you're making progress.
No, exactly.
Anyway, so I was asked if my niece could come with me, and I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't have a kid at this point. I'm like, yeah, sure. Bring her with me. And like we're just getting going in Jersey, and I obviously light a cigarette up.
Yeah.
And I am like treated like I am a mass murderer. Like my at the time girlfriend pulls it out of my mouth, like throws it. What are you out of your mind? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And
God, the stories
That's
I
how
can
you
tell from my
strengthen those.
childhood.
yeah, I'm
that
like, my parents smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
With me
With
in
the
car.
windows shut,
With the
by the
windows
way.
shut, 'cause they might catch a draft.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it, but now I'm being told it's illegal. And it's just a crazy world we live in. I mean, I had to put chewing tobacco in my mouth. I don't know. It was a brutal ride.
Yeah, it's
For us delinquents that
it's-
smoke cigarettes.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
I understand that to a degree. I don't have children and will never. I've gone out to Pittsburgh a bunch, and that's like
Great
that
city.
ride itself. Now it sounds like you take 80. I take down through Trenton into the Pennsylvania
78.
Turnpike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Through like
a
Squirrel
pro.
Hill and shit like that, but there is nothing to fucking see.
Nothing.
Every now and then you see a barn that has painted on the roof "God saves" or some shit like
We
that.
stopped at
yeah.
a farmer's market and got some honey.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I just going to eat this?
Yeah.
It's just to stay alive for this ride. There's
yeah.
And you hit a tunnel and you're like, oh, maybe there's something coming up. Like, oh, no, you're out.
stand-in quasi-learning producer Colin has gone on that try with me numerous times. And it's more than the halfway point. It's called Blue Mountain is the rest station. It's about probably a little less than 4 hours out from here in Jersey.
It's brutal.
But, like, all they have is, like, obviously the shittiest corporate coffee, which is Starbucks, and, like, Sbarro. So Colin
Once you leave Jersey, you don't get good pizza no more.
Yeah, he would get coffee and Sbarro,
True.
which I think I have a fairly decent palate and level of containment in my gut.
Yeah, I had 2 corn dogs for breakfast.
Yeah.
So me too.
Yeah. But, like, he would get, like, Sbarro on the way out and then be like, I'm going to shit myself. And I'm like, I know you are.
Yeah, where are you going to share yourself on Route 80?
You put
Pots of roadside coffee and a couple
you
slices
put
of
4
Sbarro.
shots of espresso on top of 3 slices of Sbarro, and that's what you're going to get,
And
Bob.
if you poop your pants, can I have a cigarette in the car with the kid? Like, does that to cover it? does that equal out? Like, I don't know. But it was a brutal ride. But I'll tell you what, the city of Pittsburgh is great.
I love Pittsburgh.
Beautiful.
It's one of my favorite cities.
When I went out there, I'm a Jets fan, which I'm not proud of, but I am, but I'm not.
You are what
I'm
you
not
are.
going
It's
to explain
fine.
that. So when I went out there was a Jets-Steelers game. We got tickets. We went there. We went out into the city, like we were dropped off into the city, basically.
Yeah, primary
by my wife
in the
and her
primary
sister.
part of the city.
And like we were just walking around, and like we went to a bar, like, and we just got a drink.
Yeah.
And you just walk around the city with drinks, and like for us being from New Jersey, New York,
Yeah. Well,
you go to prison for that.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, I'm like cuffing my drink under my shirt, and they're like, "No, man, you're good. I'm like, I don't understand. I'm not going to jail.
Pittsburgh's a really unique city because it's
so nice.
If you're in City Central, which is fine. It's not really where I hang out, but like Pittsburgh's, it's the city of bridges. So like there are so many different areas.
Underwhelming.
I think there's 3.
They're all painted like yellow.
3
and shit.
rivers. I apologize.
Yeah,
Go on.
Well, it's 3 rivers. I know that's
I
3
apologize.
rivers.
But like you
They
have,
must have 3 bridges.
you
then.
can be from Center City, Pittsburgh, to like true on like the old steel mill residential houses in 10 minutes, which is nice because I have friends out there and like they live in one of these old 3 stories plus a basement, you know, the old school like coal chute in the basement whole situation. You can get a house out there for like, even right now, for like $129,000.
Steal.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's absolutely a reason.
I
Don't
mean,
get
it
me
ain't
wrong.
Detroit, but it ain't,
But
you know,
it's
it ain't
very-
Princeton either.
It's very old,
Yeah.
and it definitely has a sense of charm to it.
Yeah. It's like an old steel mill
Yeah,
city.
well, it's an old steel mill city. Pit breweries
Steelers.
built in an old steel mill out
Makes
there.
sense.
That's why they call them that.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
I've heard.
Their beer of choice is Steel City, which is very much, I think, almost exactly Yingling.
Steel Reserve.
Oh, no, it's not Steel Reserve.
Oh,
Oh, that's not
No,
part
no.
of it? Because
I
Steel
thought
City,
that's why
Steel
Moses
City,
had
Steel
2 of
City.
those 40s today.
Oh, no,
well,
no, no,
neither
no.
one of them are Steel Reserve. I can't
I'm
handle
sorry.
that.
I can't read.
Well, this one's Mexican, so I got it. And this one's old
I do have a love affair with Pittsburgh just because it's so jank
Yeah.
and so old
I
and
like
rusty.
that.
Yeah.
An old rustic city.
Hilly as fuck.
Yeah.
When I used to go out there with my manual car, man, holy shit. Some of
Horrible
those hills
idea.
are like 45
I went out
degrees.
there for this wedding, okay? It was only some farm right outside Pittsburgh, and I got there despite the cigarette issue. And can I tell you guys, like, it was the worst weekend of my entire life. so I developed like a dental issue.
Oh, shit.
Okay, like an infection,
Infection
on the
tooth,
way.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh, man.
and it's my sister-in-law's wedding, and I'm in bad shape, but I'm also the guy. So like I'm being sent. I'm being sent on all the.
You're the
errands.
fixer. You're the fixer.
Correct.
Yeah.
I was sent to like the little cottage they had for the like whatever the wedding consummation
Understood.
things to set up like the champagne and shit, and I'm just like fucking like dude, like I'm in bad shape. So and then he asked me, he's like, hey, like could you pick up my aunt and uncle from the airport? They're coming from France.
Oh,
Also,
Swear to
they have
God.
a
And I'm
prescription
like,
coming in,
done.
so-
I got it. You know what I mean? Because I'm also one of those guys who like will like take any excuse to like just fucking leave.
no, the fuck off.
You know what I
and
mean?
do
Like
it.
I don't really
Yeah.
want to hang out in some social situation
No.
where there's like a lot of
'Cause it's
fucking people I
boring
don't
and
really
there's
wanna talk to.
awkward shit
So
and
I'm like, you
fucking
know
whatever.
what? I'll go.
Yeah.
So now I'm at some airport and my tooth is throbbing. Like I'm just ripping through Advil.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
I went to an emergency dentist out there. They gave me some amoxicillin. So
That's
it's
all
getting-
they can
it's
do.
getting
Try
a
to
little
fight the
better.
That's where I'm at, baby.
Yeah.
Talking
An
about
emergency
amoxicillin a lot.
Yeah.
So I go to pick up aunt and uncle from France. We're best friends in 5 minutes. I have no idea what the fuck they're saying. Anyway, so I'm driving back. I get
All I
back, and
said
I
was
didn't
omelette
know.
du fromage.
I didn't know that the tooth's feeling better, probably from the antibiotics, it was infection. So, but I'm at a wedding. Like, I'm obviously going to drink.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of, like, the liver thing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
big
that's
time,
a thing.
big
It
time.
hurts.
So if your liver's processing antibiotics,
Which are very hard on that organ.
allegedly, and I start like drinking a bunch of liquor, apparently it's gonna like boot the antibiotics. Start
Kind
processing
of.
the liquor.
They don't
And your
contradict each
pain's
other.
coming back.
They
Dude,
They don't contradict each other. I read about this today,
Yeah.
but yes, you're right.
I'm
that
telling
it
you from
feels
personal
awful.
experience.
Yeah, it feels
Lay it
terrible.
on me, baby.
I was like chewing on like dog bones. Like I didn't know what to do. The pictures of me from this wedding, I looked like an absolute fucking wreck.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of it. I was in like 9 out of 10 pain, and I just kept drinking because I thought it'd make me better. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna keep fucking boozing. Like it'll take the pain away. No,
Makes that
no.
blood pump faster.
It was awful. To this day, this was like 6 years ago. I asked my wife, I'm like, who's that? She's like, you met her at the wedding. I'm like, no, I didn't. I was not there. Like, I don't know what happened. It was a brutal weekend. But Pittsburgh, beautiful city.
Pittsburgh, beautiful city. And you know what? On that, I think that's a good point to cut.
That's their motto.
That was Steve. What a great time.
Put some of this on
Anything
Patreon,
else
maybe.
to add? Anybody? I think we good to go.
I
wanna go play with that cat.
For myself, I don't know. I just feel like we should all worship cats a little bit more than we do.
Well, now that we know you have a captive one.
Wow.
Well, I am
Calling
now.
it
I
cubs.
was bitten by a cat, so I'm becoming a cat.
You know what?
That's
I'm
how it
over it.
works.
Oh, all right.
Have
Let's
you never
bring it
heard of
back-
vampires or zombies?
So is this Leprechaun 4? You're just
Is
like,
that the one from the hood?
it's Leprechaun 4 where is it not Leprechaun 4 where you get bit by a leprechaun and become a leprechaun?
That's it. If you get bit by anything, you become that thing.
Yeah, I thought that
So
was
I was bit by a
common
cat, I'll
knowledge.
become a cat. If you get bit by, whatever, you just become that thing.
So
Years ago, he got bit by a douchebag, and look at him now.
I did want to fact check something real quick.
Please.
So Steve, you were lied to. There is no restriction in the state of New Jersey for smoking in a car with a child. And there is a restriction, but it is only for state law banning smoking in some or all workplace vehicles.
Oh.
So now there are states where it is
Smoke
banned.
away.
Steve is very forlorn right now.
It's illegal in Virginia,
Weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
I consider that
that's
like a
illegal
red
in
state.
Virginia.
Illinois,
Everybody loves each other there.
Louisiana,
Wow, red states.
Utah,
That's crazy.
California, and there's two more. And I'm
Wow,
just
what a
whatever.
fucking hodgepodge
Yeah,
mix of
absolutely.
states.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm gonna go and smoke in front of kids right now.
Hey, kid, you got a light.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smoke up, Johnny.
okay, so the explanation: the 13 states, Arkansas, California, Colorado. This is not the total ban. This is the thing that's including Pennsylvania.
Gotcha.
Delaware, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Utah, Vermont, and Virginia, America Samoa, and the District of Columbia, Guam, the
American Samoa, really?
Northern
Look at that whole
Mariana.
podcast just about American Samoa.
I will.
Why is it there?
I will leave off some of these other territories. Prohibit smoking in vehicles used to transport children while in the care
One Virgin Island.
of home-based or commercial child care facilities. One of these states, Maine, prohibits home-based child care facilities from permitting smoking in vehicles used to transport children under care for at least 12 hours before children are scheduled to be in the vehicle.
Yeah, that sounds loy.
I love
Yeah, wow, that's
a lot.
I lost you halfway.
Yeah.
word salad.
Also, I had this thought because you were seeking medical attention at a vet.
Yeah.
It was Joe DeRosa, who is the vet that treated, it was Mike in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And so essentially that would have seemed, it seemed like that to me.
Yeah.
That you were just trying to find your Joe DeRosa at that vet.
Listen, I just needed treatment, and
He followed
as
up
someone
with me.
who's transitioning
Like,
to
I don't
be
know,
a
man.
cat, I needed to see a vet.
Well, I mean,
And you should, honestly, everyone here should recognize my transition.
Nope.
No, I believe it, because
Nope.
at least you've already been neutered. So we're good.
That's true.
That is fair.
That is fair.
Bob Barker would be proud.
Yeah.
he might already be neutered, but you might not have subscribed to this podcast. So leave us a 5-star review. Check us out on YouTube and Rumble. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can also follow us on social media. We are at Loud and Drunk on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you enjoyed this podcast, then become a Loud and Drunk supporter at loudanddrunk.locals.com and patreon.com/loudanddrunk. So for Justin, Moses, you are Socks?
Papa Sock.
Papa Socks.
Papa Socks.
Socks
the
is my
Rocks.
son.
Oh,
God.
Great.
BDS.
And for Steve the bartender, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Dan, the host, the guy, the producer, whatever the hell you want to call me. Thank you for joining us. And until next time, this is Loud and Drunk.
Fuck yeah!
Stay virtuous.
Stay virtuous.